big is it? Guys, just keep sending those reports in, and we'll keep passing those along to you.
Yeah, we are looking at, and we were just looking at this, a live report. Rod Hissong is out in the Storm Tracker unit right now, and he is trying to pinpoint some of the damages. But Hannah just talked about the strong storms and the significance of those knocking out a pine tree by the roots. That tells us that there's some very significant winds out there. But this is our area right now that we're most concerned about. The tornado warning that we had just a few minutes ago has expired, but this area around Ossian and just moving into Bluffton, this entire area is in the severe thunderstorm warning that has been issued by the National Weather Service. Now, as we say that, you say, well, it's just a severe thunderstorm warning. Well, we've seen just in the last few minutes that a tornado can be produced out of this. We're not seeing any rotation on Doppler right now, but that doesn't mean it's not happening. What we are seeing is a vivid lightning show and intense rainfall. We're talking intense rainfall, almost 2.5 inches an hour here around the Ossian area. That's flash flood stuff right there. Back towards Markle, we're seeing over 2 inches an hour. And then we're just starting to see the southern edge of this moving into the Bluffton area. And also, if we could track this, Hannah, as it moves in to Decatur, Monroe, and then Van Wert, the city of Van Wert, looks like at least the central and southern part of the county in Van Wert County, you are involved in this as well. And it moves into the Wren, Ohio area in Van Wert County at about 3:25. But you see Veracruz around the Bluffton area at about 3:09. Decatur coming in at about 3:15. Monroe coming in at 3:16. And Wilshire, Ohio, as it just crosses in to the border, and that is going to be at 3:25 as well. We're also seeing the northern part of this, which was a tornado warning around Paulding County. That is just moving in right now. The intense part of that rainfall just moving into Paulding County and just moving towards Defiance right now, and it should be in Defiance at about 3:10, into Florida, Ohio at about 3:14, and Napoleon coming in at about 3:15. And then the northernmost part of this, now we're still seeing moderate to heavy rainfall around Angola, but the intense wind and dangerous part of the storm has moved out of your area right now, so you can breathe a sigh of relief. Now it's moving toward Archbold, Ohio, across Liberty Center at about 3:20, and across Whitehorse, Ohio at about 3:24 as it moves even closer towards the Toledo area. This has been a very significant storm, and the National Weather Service has issued these huge boxes. I mean, these huge polygon boxes, which include maybe 50 to 60 miles at a time. And the reason for that is because we have very fast moving storms here. And this red area, that is the most intense part of this storm. And right now, it's just starting to move out of Huntington County and just towards the Decatur area right now. See Ossian getting hit pretty hard. Just north of Bluffton is where we see the most intense activity. You may be spared a little bit from the heaviest of rainfall around Bluffton, but it is going to move across the Decatur area at about 3:13, as well as Monroe, and then it moves into northwestern Ohio around Wilshire and Wren and into Convoy, Ohio, which that's around, of course, the Van Wert area at about 3:23, and Ohio City at about 3:27. So very strong, intense thunderstorms moving through that area. This is the latest severe thunderstorm warning that we have, and this goes all the way back into Huntington and into Marion as well. So these storms are going to be severe for another hour or so as they move across northwestern Ohio. We are going to be here throughout the overnight hours, and if you guys don't mind and nobody has anything to add, I think we'll go off the air for a little bit here, and then we'll come back on with any updates. So remember that we do have our show coming in. Rob Leidick and I are getting ready. All four of us are here right now, but Rob and I are getting ready for First News, and we're going to have full reports on this. Rod Hissong is out in the field covering this. He's going to get the latest video as he watches all these events and the aftermath of all these events. So we've got our entire storm team covering this, and we have been. Nicholas and Hannah have been covering this for several hours since late yesterday afternoon, and now, of course, getting towards 3 a.m. and 3:30 a.m. in the morning. So we will keep you updated with this particular storm, our entire team of meteorologists and reporters, and we will keep you updated. If it need be, we'll break in. Otherwise, we will see you at 5 a.m. with our First News.
This has been a severe weather alert from the live Doppler 15 Fury Weather Center.
But give idly.